activities. Some of my friends were doing JCI. I was not doing JCI. Some of my friends were doing debates. I was not. That's why the fact that I was actually good at debates in secondary school, but I was just focused on academic. I wanted to have first class. I was a bookworm and all. And that in a little way affected my journey after my first degree. So everything you can see now, all the bow that she read out, that you people were clapping, is looking like, wow, she has done a lot with her life, happened after uni. So imagine I started in uni, I would have done better with myself, but thankfully we are here. So I say that to say this. However, there are actually some skills that I learned silently when I was in uni. So I will tell you the story when I go along this lecture. So from lectures to life lesson, there are some things, is a four classroom, is the four walls, but beyond the four walls, beyond whatsoever thing the lecturer will teach you, there are some things you can actually learn. The academic is there, knowledge forms your foundation, but the wisdom comes from applying it beyond exams. There are some things I learned in the classroom that I use it in my write-up, that I draw life lessons from. And that type that lecturer will be teaching the principle of economics. In my social media, I'll be writing the principle of economics, but I'm applying it to life. So I draw wisdom for whatever thing they're teaching me. I had friends too. So friends that are lifelong friends that were doing amazing things together, building businesses together, having a lot of intellectual conversation together, even entering each other's life. They're even like my sounding board for some ideas that I have. I came up with good friends. Also, growth, personal development through challenges, failures, and breakthrough. Those are actually the moments. And during this lecture or two, I was able to explore my different passion. I was dancing when I was in uni, different passion for dancing. I was finding my voice. I write a lot, and I started that from uni too, aside from my triangular life that I lived. So the big question you need to ask yourself is, university gives you the knowledge, the experience, the friendship. But after graduation, one question you need to ask yourself is, how do I make university count beyond the campus? That's why you see a lot of people after uni, they start looking for jobs, they are confused, they don't know what to do. Whereas they're supposed to build the life they want, even from the uni. I was strolling through LinkedIn. There's one of my students. I saw one of my students because when doing my PhD in University of Ibadan, I have passion for teaching. So sometimes I tell my supervisor I want to take his classes instead of him going. So I have some students. I saw one of her posts, and she went for an internship instead of doing holiday, 3 months holiday, 2 months holiday, and people would just be doing holiday, enjoying, vibing, doing social media. She applied to KPMG for internship. Thankfully, she got in, and they actually asked her to come in for her NYSC because she did well. And after NYSC, they employed her full-time. So she wrote on her LinkedIn, from internship to NYSC, from NYSC to full-time analyst. That's a journey that started from the uni. But she wouldn't have really gotten that if she did not make good use of her university life. She was always writing on her LinkedIn about what she already had a career path for herself. She's a financial analyst, and she always writes about it on her LinkedIn. So that's one thing you should be able to do for yourself. Two, beyond university. So what we count. So you need to create like a path for yourself, that if you want to transition from student to professional, it should not be about just landing a job. You need to be able to intentionally build your career path. Like, what do you want to do? What are the things you need now to start building them? I will cite an instance here. I remember one of the things that shaped my life now as a program manager and as a strategist, development strategist, is when I was in school, group assignments. I don't joke with group assignments. Most of the time, my lecturers make me a group leader. And most of those times, a lot of students want to join my group. That there was even a time that the lecturer had to split people out of my group because I had a lot of people in my group. Why? Because they know if you're in my group, you will never fail. Like, you can't have a score below B, and everybody will work. So that's one thing. So those that don't want to do the work, they either don't join my group or they get serious. So the way I do it is I plan even assignment as project. So it was when I finished university, I found out that, okay, I can actually be a good project manager because I've been doing it. I plan everything as projects. From the get-go that I'm a assignment leader, I draw out the tasks. What's the assignment about? Draw out the outline. I attach name to the outline. I put a timeline, and I follow up with you. Everybody, if you're in my group, you have to do something, even if it is 2 paragraphs that you write, you have to do, because the moment you are lagging behind, I'm on your neck to ensure you do something. So that is why my group is always turning in the assignment on time. Nobody is being dragged because there's a clear roadmap of how to move from start to finish. I used to like literally write and do like a roadmap. So after I finished uni, I found out that, okay, I'm good at actually planning projects. I'm good at coming up with ideas, doing roadmap. That was my first journey into project management, and I started managing projects for NGOs. And so far, I've managed projects for 3 organizations that has impacted over 10,000 young people in rural communities, in urban slum, in IDPs, in refugee camps. That skill came from the uni, just from managing assignments. And I also found out that I like planning events. Whenever we want to plan get together, picnic, I'm always at the forefront of looking at, okay, what should we do? How should we do this? So those are actually the skills I took forward in planning my project. And from that, I learned leadership, because you cannot be on my team and you will not do anything. It is never possible. If you're a student and don't want to do assignments, or you want to leech on other people's progress, you will not be in my team, because one, I will just take out your name, or I'm in your DM always. I see you in school, I'm calling you out. So they know me for that. So most people want to be on my team because they know they will score high, the assignment to be turned in at the right time, but they also know they need to do the work. So what are the skills that can actually help you to travel everywhere? You have to be very adaptable. Ability to pivot, learn quickly, and thrive in uncertainty. You just need to learn it. Like, those are relevant skills you need to get on board, because you need to be able to learn on your feet quickly. And you also need to have problem solving skill. One attitude I had in school is I don't like dwelling so much in problems. So when there's an issue in the classroom, maybe we did not do one thing right, and people are lamenting, people are complaining, I'm always that person in that group that says, okay, this has happened, what can we do next? I'm always that kind of person. So I don't like dwelling. I have a slogan, this is a spill milk, you can't pack it again. What else can we do? Let's move away from it. So problem solving skill, you need to be able to think critically. These skills will actually help you in every industry. It will help you. Another thing is collaboration. You need to learn how to work with people. You should not say, I'm a self-made person, I can do my team myself. I function well with working in teams. I have a group of people I work with. So these skills, there are more of them anyway, but these are the 3 I just want to talk about. They are not just buzzwords you should put in your CV. They're actually foundation, and they should actually be your lived experience. So I want to say that everything you want to do now, anything that will make you to be global relevant, you need to start now, even when you're in uni. Do you want to be writing? Start now. Do you want to be a change maker, solving issues in the education sector? Start now. Are you passionate about climate change? Start now. Anything you are just passionate about, because every lecture you attended, every friendship you have, every challenge that you have overcome, they actually prepared you for this moment. Trust me, there was a day I was telling somebody that mathematics that we don't really like in school, if you think deeply about it, they actually helped you, because mathematics is a problem and you try to solve the problem. For me, one thing I know has helped me in problem solving is, if I say quantitative reasoning, I don't know if anybody remember quantitative reasoning. I don't go to bed until I solve it. I have that bad habit. And it helped me that I try to solve problem. If I say any quantitative reasoning, till date, my mom even used to tease me about quantitative reasoning. If she sees any, she just call me and say, and snap it and send it to me and say, I know this will disturb your sleep for the night, because she knows I love solving quantitative reasoning. And that is one thing that has helped me to like solving problem. If I don't like dwelling in sorrow, like, oh, this thing has happened, the next thing is, what can we do to solve it? So those are actually the things you might not know. You might not know that all these skills are helping you. Your lecturer is giving you presentation, they are giving you assignment, they're asking you to do PowerPoint. You are thinking they're stressing you, but trust me, those are the things you learn that will actually help you in preparing good PowerPoints for presentation, that you'll be able to pitch for grants, pitch for a lot of things. Even some of you that will go ahead to have startups, that will help you to pitch for all those things. So you need to be able to learn all those things. And even the friendship, the challenges you overcame, even in classes too. So the four corners of your university experience, your academic, your relationship, your growth, your explorations, they will not just end with graduation. They're actually the toolkit for your life. Things that you will see that will help you to be able to do a lot of things with your life. I can tell you a lot of stories. And when I was in uni too, I have experiences where my friends will have issues, there are problems going on, and they always say, okay, let's call Lola, let's think about what we can do together and brainstorm. And before I know, or somebody is thinking through an idea, they don't know what to do about it. In fact, I had a lot of friends like that. They're thinking through an idea, they don't know what to do about it, and they just call me. I was like, okay, let me think through it. And at the end of this, I said, okay, you can do this and this and this. And then, oh, this is a bright idea. And they do it, and it works out fine. And at the end of the day, when I finished my uni, I entered into a consulting firm. And I could do well as a consultant because I could advise businesses, I could advise NGOs. I still do consulting anyway, but now I do more of the NGO consulting. I do strategy for them. But I did not go to business school. I did not do MBA. All those things I learned with just advising my friends on a business idea, solving a problem for them, advising them on one thing. All those things just came up, and I started utilizing them better in a more proper environment. So I now consult for business, and I consult for NGOs, and I advise my friends on what to do, what business to go into, how I think they should position themselves. And now it's becoming a business that's now earning me an income. And now when people look at my CV, they know that I studied economics in my first year, my undergrad, my BSc rather, my second degree is economics, my third degree is economics. They don't see MBA in my CV. And they wonder, how did you successfully consult for oil companies, for banks? How did you successfully consult for CSR initiatives? How did you successfully consult for NGOs or individual philanthropies? I did not go to MBA school, but I had that lived experience of me advising friends, telling them on what to do, and it worked out fine. I just need to sit down and read online to solidify the skills that I learned in school. And now I cannot make sense of it. It was even when I finished school, I realized that, oh, everything I've been doing, it actually has a name. It's called strategy. It is now we're not attaching a name to it. But when I was doing it, there was no name to it. So what I would just say is, what you take from the four corners into the world, what will you take from it? That's the challenge I'm giving to you now. So what will you take from the four corners into the world? Because the bridge between the university and your future is not built by chance. It is constructed by intentional choices or chances that you make today. So all the places you find yourself, is it JLCI, is it writing Novia, is it any programs? Just be intentional to say, this is the path you want to, this is the career path I want to take, and be very intentional in ensuring that that career path you have carved for yourself, everything you are doing in that position actually leads you to that career path, because you should not waste any of your time or any of your experience in the uni. On this note, I think I will say thank you for having me. I hope I did not use more than 15 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my guys, for sounding applause. Hey, I said applause. Let's go. Emojis, you know what I'm trying to say, yeah? So let's put out the emojis again. Thank you so much, Miss Omolola. Thank you so much. Cool. This is my note is full, even if it was 15 minutes. I mean, if your note is not yet full by this time, I don't know what she came here to do. I don't know. I don't know. Even as a moderator, I have a lot written me down. And one of the things I took out from this session is that learn how to work with people, guys. We should learn how to work with people. We should not joke with our group assignments. We should create a path for ourselves. Create a path for ourselves. We should be intentional. And I think the question I would still ask myself, and if I want to be like Miss Omolola saying that she does not sleep anytime she sees a quantitative if she does not see any a problem to solve on quantitative, she will not stick. And I feel I would ask myself the question of what will I take out from the four corners of the university into the world. Thank you so much, man. Your session was very, very insightful. Guys, I'm very sure that we have questions by now. So if we do have questions, I'll give you just 1 minute, please. If you do have questions, we won't mind getting a slide. Okay, we'll let you know about that before the end of the session. Please stay to the end. Oh, you have a question, Oluwayemisi. Can you unmute your mic and ask? I'll just go with if. Sorry, before you go, if any other person is going, if any other person would like to go, please do let me know, because I'll just take 2 questions and we are off. Don't say that a question inspired your question. I don't want to hear that. Okay? So yeah, Missy, let's go.
All right. Thank you very much for your question. It was very insightful. So I have a question for people who have unfortunately graduated and are no longer in the 4 walls of the university. What is your advice for people like that, especially recent graduates, people that just graduated this year, people that are about to graduate? What advice would you give to people like that in essentially gaining global relevance? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Can I go ahead? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I think I'll take that. Oh, thank you so much for that question. I was hoping I would get your name. Okay, so what I would just tell you is just that something. Remember, I mentioned that even for me too, everything people read on my bio now did not start until after my first degree. It was after my first degree. So what I did, maybe let me just tell you my story and you'll be able to pick 1 or 2 things from them. After my uni, I felt like I actually did not use my uni well because I did not attend all those extracurriculum activities. Although some of the things I mentioned that I did were just, I advised friends, I lead assignments. Those are unconscious skills that I learned along the way that helped me. So what did I do? I took, because I write a lot anyway, I had a journal and I asked myself, what do I want to be known for? What part exactly do I want to choose? And I told myself, I want to be known for XYZ. Then how do I get XYZ right now? Because right now, there's no job that will actually give me, because you know how job can be now. They'll be requesting for 5 years experience, so years experience. I told myself, okay, to get XYZ, I can volunteer for organization that can give me the XYZ skill to get, that can give me ABC skill to get XYZ. Let me be practical. I want to be a development strategist, right? How do I be a development strategist without experience right now? I can volunteer with organizations that need a strategy, maybe a program manager or a consultant or something that can bring like ideas on board for them or help them with their strategy work. I didn't even have an idea of where to start with my volunteering. I remember that day I went online, I searched organization because I'm passionate about education, SDG4. So I went online and typed organization that deals with SDG, organization that deals with quality education. I saw a whole lot of organizations, but I was checking them one after the other, and I remember I saw one organization, Staring for Greatness organization. So the main reason I reached out to them was the story of the founder, the reason she started the organization. That was because it actually resonated with me. We had a similar story and a similar background of why I'm passionate about education. And I reached out to her on Facebook, because I did not get her contact or anything. I remember I reached out to her on Facebook. I think I waited for like 4 weeks before she replied. I was checking my Facebook message every day just for her to reply. And she replied, she sent me her contact. Luckily for me, they were implementing a project that month. And I showed up. And since then, that has been history. I showed up, I helped in team mentorship, I helped in registration stand, I helped in advising. And from there, I met somebody else where I'm currently working in KLC, where I'm the co-CEO. I met him at that program. We spoke briefly. I reached out to him that I would like to join his organization as a volunteer. And from there, the rest is history. Before I know, I branched into another organization. And also, but what I do in those organizations is one thing: projects and strategy. I'm doing project for them, of course, and strategy. Those two things are the things I'm doing because that is actually the road I want to go to. And when I want to properly apply for a consulting job in a corporate session, a corporate sector rather, when they asked me for my consulting experiences, I cited my volunteering experiences to them, that I volunteered in this organization, I did XYZ for them, now they are here as a result of what I did. I volunteered for this organization, I did this, now they are here as a result of what I did. In a way, for me, that's my consulting experience, and I got the job. And I moved there to another consulting firm where I'm currently at now. So that is how I started. Just for me, reflecting, asking myself, where do I want to be? How do I get there right now? Low hanging fruit, volunteering is low hanging fruit. I went for it. I hope that helps you.
Thank you so much, Ma. I hope that answered your question, YMC. So you have the last question under the chat box, and the question. Okay, I said I'm going to just go with one question, but I'll try and put your questions under one session. So the question goes: does university experience really prepare us for the life beyond classroom, especially for those who already have things doing before coming into the university? And the second question is: what are the yardstick for me as a semi-graduate to ascertain that I am really prepared for the life outside school? Because presently I am scared of what is ahead.
Okay, thank you. So I think I will start with the second question. I don't really have a yardstick anyway. I hate when people try to put me in a box, so I won't want to put anybody in a box. I will not say these are the yardstick. Like I said to, I think it was Yemisi, right, to answer that question. I think that should apply to you too. One thing we fail to do is to plan for what we want to do with our life. And there's a saying that says, a man that does not have a why will fall for anything. The first thing I want to ask you, Samuel, is why are you in school in the first place? Like, why are you studying what you are studying? Why are you in school? Why are you Samuel? Why are you who you are? So if you can just pen down, this is who I am, this is what I want to do with my life. It's just like strategy. The next thing you ask yourself is, how do I get there? If you can ask the question why, it's just like the one husband and three wives. If you can ask yourself the question of why, you ask yourself, how do you get there? That might help you. Because right now, I don't want to give you, if I say read, make sure you pass, those are things anybody will tell you. But the thing is, what do you want to do with your life? What is your career pattern with? How do you get there? Can you start volunteering? Can you start looking for, okay, for instance, now, there was a day somebody asked me, the day I wanted to switch from corporate consulting to NGO consulting, and it was difficult for me. But now I'm currently doing it. Somebody asked me, how did you do it? I told the person I went to LinkedIn. I started searching for people in NGO consulting. I wrote down their list. I searched for them to be sure that their values align with my values. When I found somebody, I sent her an Instagram message. I practically like sold myself to her. I told her, these are the things I've done so far. These are my skills I can do. I'm not willing to work with you for a pay, but I can volunteer for 3 months. Then if you see that, okay, I'm worth the money, then you can decide to pay me to come to your team. I told her I'll volunteer for 3 months, but by the second month, she called me and said, I want you on my team. And they started paying me. So that is what I would advise you to do, to just draw like a roadmap. I think this will also apply to Samuel. Yeah, the two questions should apply to just draw like a roadmap. The first question is, where do you want Samuel to be in the next 5 years? Then you ask yourself how. Then if it is a big thing, you cannot achieve it now. A low-hanging fruit for you is internship and volunteering. If you can start that, you just need to learn the skills, sell yourself, and learn what you can, and learn skills from there. Then you will now see that, okay, you can start doing those things very easily. So that would be my advice. But I don't really have a yardstick. Just know what you want to do first. Then ask yourself, how do you want to do it? How do you get there? One of the things can be, I think I'll prefer someone to reach out to me anyway. One of the things can be volunteering. Then you volunteer, you get the skill, then you start, when that will be in your CV and live experience. I'm telling you, people that will interview you can see it beyond what you claim you have in your CV. When they interview, they can feel it and see it. When you enter interview, you'll be different from somebody that just moved from the classroom to the job market. Just get the skills from volunteering, internship, helping out people or something. I think that will help. And I think we have a lot of stuff like that in campuses these days. We have JCI, we have a lot of campus fellowships and initiatives that can actually give you those skills beyond what the classroom will give you. Thank you.
Oh, all right. Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you so much. That was insightful. I hope okay, someone heard everything. And I hope you're also on the community group for continuation of any of your questions. So guys, we'll be moving forward now. We'll be moving forward and we'll be having our second speaker come up. And before our second speaker come up, our second speaker is taking the topic leading into the future, student leadership and career prospects. Our second speaker is Tolu Washe Olaniyo. I will be reading his bio right now. Toluwase Olaniyan is a notable executive coach, business strategist, and an experienced human capital professional. His 15 years of experience in human capital development spans across learning and development, talent acceleration, talent management, and placement. Over the years, Toluwase has built a strong capacity in process, project, and people management, and has an impressive track record of working with leading brands and across multiple countries, including the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, and Africa. Some of the companies Toluwase has recruited talent for include, but are not limited to, Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, HAM, and UBA Group. With resounding emojis, guys. You don't even need me to be telling you guys this. Until he comes up, let's bring up Mr. Olaniyan Toluwase for the second session.
Okay. Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me well? Can you hear me?
Very well, sir. We can hear you, sir.
Okay. Is this how we do in the community? We clap a lot like this. Is this how we do in the community?
Well, we do.
Just so that people don't go into trance, right? From clapping. I wouldn't know if there are celestial people here. But again, I'll just quickly jump into the conversation and say good evening, everyone. On this part of the world is evening. It's 5:51 my own time, and it's 4:51 Nigerian time. Again, this call is extremely important to me, and say thank you so much to the team for inviting me. I do not take this for granted. I had to drop a few things to be able to do this with all of us. And I'm supposed to lead a session around leading into the future, and most importantly, taking ourselves into the future and the future of work. So I'll ask one very simple question. So my name is Toluwase Olaniyan. I lead the team at Wordimate CD at Ego Foundation. What I've done with my life majorly is to be around conversations like this. I spent 7 years in the university, and I did graduate with a university degree. I know a lot of you want to know, really, what happened? You want to know that story. If you want to know the story, I'll drop my GTB account number. Once I hit 100,000 naira a lot, bam, I'll call you and tell you the story straight up. I mean, you have no, you don't need to hold me. I'll tell you that story. But the time I have today cannot afford me to tell that story. While it cannot allow me. So I would just run into what they asked me to do today. Student leadership and career prospects. Student leadership and career prospects. How many of us know ISEC? You know ISEC? Here, let me see you raise your hand. You know ISEC? Okay, you know JCI. You know Enactors. You know Rotaract. All of the student organization. Fantastic, fantastic. Now, I'll tell you one thing. Those student organizations that have been in existence for the last minimum 50 years, these organizations were designed to help us build some level of capacity and capability before we launch into the open world, right? And while not using them to explain or to take my session, I'll tell you three things. One is where we are as students and young people, where we need to be as students and young people, and three is what the future expects from us as young people. Now, if you understand where you are now, you know where you need to be and what the future expects, you'll be able to prepare from now in stages into what we need to be. Right. So now, I'd rather like to ask. I usually don't like talking alone because if you allow me to talk 7 hours, we day here. You know, we not go anywhere. I not get any work. And the work what they do with it, I talk for a living. Don't think about Portable. Think about me. So how do you define the future? Anybody here tell me, how do you define the future? What do you say is the future? What is the future? So tell me, I mean, in your own terms, what would you say is the future? Anybody wants to tell me? Anybody? I think you can unmute the unknown. Fantastic. You can unmute your mic and talk. If you're not doing conductor work at this time and you're not at Oshodi, you can unmute your mic and talk. Alaja Onikomi Barakat, please. How much is PS5? Do you have PS5? Madam, answer now. I want to buy markets. You have PS5. You are not answering me. Madam Barakat, Alaja Barakat. I can tell that this auntie is just looking. She's not hearing. Interesting. Okay, so in the comment section, I see the unknown. What comes after the future is what is yet to come. So in your own term, right, and where you sit, what would you say is the future? Okay, now the future is everything and anything we can think when we are in the present, and that's how I define it, right? And how we prepare for it. I asked for PS5 from this Alaja because I have been looking and I know people want to buy PS5. I want to patronize. I have asked. Maybe I had interest at that time, but I'm no longer interested. Now, a future would have happened, which could be sales. So a future is like even like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes away, right? It is not unknown. It can be known and can be designed, right? So the future is everything that we can think. Know that when you are thinking something, a lot of time it's not even in the now. You are thinking it is a bit forward. So the next 1 second that you are thinking of. Yes, that you're thinking of is the nearest future, right? So sometimes is, very right, maybe unknown, maybe not, but it is like the closest 1 second. Now, leading into the future is then asking ourselves, what do I think of myself in the nearest future? And now I would like to take this on a wide spectrum and in a group. I would like to take it individually, right? It might sound motivational, it might sound stereotypic, but then please just listen to me with an open mind, right? Absolutely. Now, so number one is, what are you doing? Who are you and what are you doing where you are at the moment, right? Self-evaluation. So the first thing I would say leading into the future is self-evaluation. I have my notes, but I'm also taking notes too. Self-evaluation. Right. Now, I will use myself as a guinea pig, as a way to tell you my story. I went to the university to study accounting, but the only time I balanced an account was my first year 100 level. Every other time, the accounts refused to balance. And I was studying accounting. Is there anybody studying accounting here on this call? Anybody studying accounting? And by the way, or studying accounting, are we all students on this group? On this call, are we all students? Yeah. So is anybody studying accounting? Let me see you raise your hand. Adibesing, Tawid, accounting, fantastic. Okay. I was going to bring anointing oil to anoint the head of those people studying accounting. That thing is hard, man. It's hard. It's really, really hard. But again, as hard as it is for me, it's simple for some people. I went to university to study accounting. It wasn't my forte. I struggled with it. I really struggled with it. Now, if I've evaluated myself, I would have known that with numbers, the only account I can balance is one in my pocket. Any other one outside my pocket, I cannot balance it. So self-evaluation is extremely important. So I went in straight, studying a course that I was going to struggle with, and I really, really struggled, right? If I had gone for another course, it would have been easier. However, what then happened was somewhere along the line, I got a rescue. Someone introduced me to ISEC, where I was able to then do, what's it called? Human resource in some forms. And human resources is what I've now done till the time that I'm here now, right? So self-evaluation is extremely important. You must know yourself, know your capacity, and know how far you can go with your capacity. Do not lie to yourself. Do a thorough self-evaluation. This session is not enough to exhaust this, so I will just leave this here. Now, self-evaluation, know yourself, know what your capacities, know what your strengths are, and know and be sure of yourself, not lying to yourself. The second thing is, what do you want? And what kind of life do you want to live? What do you want and what kind of life do you want to live? Now, so for some people, to be very honest, they don't want more than buy Honda Ala or buy a Toyota Corolla, marry one wife, give birth to one child, and they are fine, contentment. You as a person cannot benchmark your progress with these people. Some people are just fine being a Nigerian. Some people are fine jackpotting. Some people want to jackpot. If I ask a lot of people here, what do you think about jackpot? Everybody wants to jackpot. But there are some of us that don't want to jackpot. What we want to do is to be opening doors of country, enter, enjoy there, come back. And that's like the global life. Go global, right? So what do you want? Now, these two things, remember I said, where are we? Yeah. These two things will then propel you into the things you need to learn to start to do. Now, the things you need to learn to start to do is what we then call self-leadership. Start doing. self-leadership from where you are now. Now, it will require you to start learning something. Now, I'll give you 4 things around self-leadership, also because of time around this call. So I'll give you 4 things around self-leadership. One of the things I'll tell you is, know that work and the future is for you to design. Work and the future is for you to design. See, you know that before now, things like programming, I have like just about 3-4 minutes ago. So yeah, you know, like programming. In fact, now website developers earn more than accountants, right? Website developers earn more than accountants. So website developers, they design the life that they want to live by themselves. So it is not anything that you it's not anything that you would say that, oh, I am chanting, right? Sorry, pardon me. It's not anything that you would say that, oh, I'm going into what is already designed. Now, I'll tell you some of the pitfalls before I go to the remaining 3. Some of the pitfalls that we have. Some of us want to work in banks. That's the future we see. We want to work in already organized systems. So when they ask what kind of job are you looking out for, you would say that I'm looking for to work in a bank or in an organization that pays well, or you are not leading yourself. You are working into already designed system. Now, those already designed system will now set their own benchmarks. If they now screen you out to say there are no jobs, right? Now, using my story, I was studying accounting, and I started accounting, but I knew that I was struggling with this thing. So I picked myself, led myself into human resources. Now, I do human resources, I train people, which is the part that I've designed for myself. I train people. I now run an HR company. I do not have any HR certification. I only had a university degree 2 years ago. And since 5-6 years ago, I've been paying salaries to leading HR practitioners in and across the globe, right? It is designing the life that you want to live from your strengths and from where you are. Now, for me, I leverage ISEC. Now, for you, looking at the future that you want to achieve, what can you create? What can you leverage now where you are to be able to achieve it? 1. 2 is, how fast do you want to get to that place will determine how quick or how urgent you take certain things. You want to go into web design. Don't wait. Lead yourself. See, into the future. You want to do web design. You like when you see websites. Don't wait till you are on service before you go and learn programming. Learn it now. So 1 is the future you want to create for yourself. What is it? What is it? 2 is urgency. And this is around my last point, right? Around the future. That's what the world wants. Urgency. 3 is urgency with purpose. Now, are you doing this because you see other people doing it, or it is because it is what you actually want to do? Now, if it's actually what you want to do, the honest truth is, when you find challenges, you will still keep moving. But some of us, we give up at the first try because it's actually influenced by other people. Now, the future is very personal. Let no one generalize it. The future is personal. Let no one generalize it. See, when the president, I know a lot of people will not agree with me, when the president said, Emi Lokon, he didn't say Awa Lokon, he said Emi Lokon. It was very personal. Very personal. Now, once you understand your personal goal, you're able to hit it. And lastly, so I don't exhaust my time. I don't like to take more than time to give in. And lastly is, see, as you begin to, the one, so you're now aiming at one thing, there is urgency around it, there is purpose around it, and the last is, in this thing, and you're already foreseeing it, in this thing, right? How do I benefit humanity? So I tell you, from a very, very human point of view, for everything you do to enhance humanity, it's not like the spiritual, no. Those kind of activity are usually with higher rewards anywhere in the world. For humanity, they are usually with higher rewards. They are usually with higher rewards and with a sense of purpose. I would summarize by saying to you that, have you noticed that everybody, almost everybody, by the time they now make plenty money, they carry their money and then go start dumping inside one foundation or inside one foundation or one this thing. Is because a lot of people, and this is what the future is, right? A lot of people have not hacked the social angle of life because people are chasing business, people are chasing money. But there's a social angle to life, which is value and presenting value to humanity. And I tell you, if you want to be able to make money, more money in the nearest future, begin to think about what can I do? What can I design to provide value for humanity and as a whole, right? I think with these few points of mine, I've been able to help you understand how to lead yourself into the future, how to create a future for yourself, and how to sustain a future for yourself. Never ever say we have bad leaders. Every time you say we have bad leaders, think about yourself as the original bad leader. The strongest form of leadership that can help anyone's life become better is self-leadership, right? And I think with these few points of mine, I'm able to convince you and not confuse you that the future is in your hands. The future is what you create, and the future of work and the future that we seek is with us only if we create it in the best way. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope I've been able to do justice to this. Again, apologies if I exceeded my time. I usually don't like to do that. I think I'm very much open to questions if there are any. But yeah, if there's not, I would wish you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. I myself, I have learned a lot. I've learned a lot. The future is very personal, and we'll take your question shortly, Suliat. We'll take your question shortly. The future is very personal, and we should not wait. We should treat things with urgency and not just urgency with purpose. Yeah, and I would like to say AI sec because I'm an ISECer.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah. It's so nice to connect with an ISECer. Oh my god, I'm so shy right now. But then let's go back to where we are here.
Yeah.
So Sulia, you said you have a question. Can you kindly use your mic or do you want to use the chat box? Why are we waiting?
Is it okay as university students? I need to read it.
Is it okay if as a university student you are yet to have a self-direction?
So don't tell me your year in the or parts is part we use in the University of Ghana, right? Don't tell me parts. But so when you say this university student, that is in part what? Give me for example, that's in part what? What level? Okay, level. Part 3. If it's in part 3, I have a question. It's not okay. I will not lie to you, so I will not go to a fire. It's not part 3, it's not 3 level, it's not okay. Now, why I say it's not okay is if you're in the 4-year course and in 3 level, you are not, which is what unfortunately the Nigerian academic system has put us in. Right? People are raising hand. What the Nigerian education system has put us in a really tight place where we almost don't know what we're doing. However, because you are on this because you are on this session today, redemption has come to you in the name of Jesus. But it is not okay. However, right, it is never too late for self-discovery. Now, for me, for example, it was in my 200 level, someone sold ISEC to me. Now, because I knew that accounting was not my thing per se, I had joined student politics in 100 level already as an alternative way to say, if this accounting no do, I'll go join PDP. Right. So I had created a path in my head, but someone saw me and saw something more. Now, I started accounting because I saw my dad, he wears suits, he's going to bank, right? Unfortunately, I did not know that he's not accounting, used to go and work in bank. By the time he even left bank, and I realized that, thank God I don't want to go to bank again, right? By the time he left the bank. So family and all those pressure propel us into certain choices. We must not remain there. Now, where you are now, so while I've said it's not okay, but it's still understandable. But where you are now, begin to now do the things that you want to do. Begin to find expression in the things that you want to do, right? Take, for example, I mean, on a very, very lighter note, right? You want to set up an Islamic school, and all you want to do is an Islamic school. Can you, while you're in 3 level now, begin to volunteer for Islamic organizations? In fact, you can go and volunteer for Jais Bank, which is an Islamic bank. I didn't tell you, they ask you, why are you volunteering for us? I want to start an Islamic school where I would do this, I would do that. So I want to learn how a bank even runs as an Islamic bank, for me to be able to understand how to set up an Islamic school. It is not sprint, it's a marathon. They won't, but there will be somebody who will say, okay, there might be someone who will say, even take money for this school that you want to start, or this. So, but you must start now and already, right? You must start now and already. You can give room to 1 or 2 people for a private coaching session and walk you through a few things. And I must warn, I am a very, very difficult person. Sometimes I am really harsh in my feedback, right? I'm really harsh in my feedback is because I do not know how to sugarcoat the truth. I like to say it the way, so you know that, or serious do, right? So, but it's not too late. It's never too late. Now, the why 3 level might be a bit tight for you is you are almost in the open world where sharks are sucking people's blood. The safest net you have is still while you're in school. So you must be able to harness it. The last straw of safe net is when you're on NYSC. You see, once you finish NYSC like this, or you're lower, everybody now thinks that you're a big person. So the best time to make mistakes, try the things that you can try is while you are in school. 3 level for a 4-year course is running a bit to it. So if there's anything around what I said today, the point around urgency, I think it's for that person who is in 3 level and who needs to find self and self-direction. Does that answer your question, Suliat?
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes,
I
thank
really
you very
hope that
much, sir.
answered your question
Okay.
clear. So, because of time, we'll be taking the last person, and that is Zoo. I hope I.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's the last person to ask question.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much, sir, for this insightful season. Even though I joined late, but I learned a lot. Thank you very much. Sir, I am a 4th-year student of veterinary medicine from Ahmadu Bello University Zaria. And my question is, I want to be a data analyst. I want to specialize in public health and to become an epidemiologist. So, sir, this is because I have considered my strengths and my weakness, and I think I will do better in that aspect. It resonates with my purpose, something like that, sir. So, sir, my question is, I'm finding it very difficult to combine my academic activity with learning or doing other extracurricular activities. Sir, so please, can I combine the two, or I should, because we are having a very difficult semester season. So should I delay it till I graduate, or I should lower my like academic excellence pursuit and try to balance up with other extracurricular activities? Sorry, the question is too long, but I hope you have understood me.
Greatest Abu site.
Thank you,
So,
sir.
so you sit on Samaru campus.
Yes, sir.
I was in Congo for 7 years. So
Wow.
so I would take your question and I would take your growth very personal, very, very personal, right? I was in ABU for 7 years. So I would take it very, 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 very personal. So what I would do is after now, I leave you my email address. Email me. I would connect you with someone who is into public health and who does a lot of things around data. So what you need to do is to find the intersection of public health and data, statistics of how pandemic, big data around veterinary medicine, around public health, right? There is a very big intersection. They're able to say case of Ebola, case of this, case of that. It is data gathering. So when you think about data analytics, data analysis, don't think about technology. Think about how can data analytics, data analysis work in the industry that I am, right? So connect with me on LinkedIn. I'll leave you my email address. I'll connect you with someone who is into public health, who is able to help you, who is a medical doctor, who is able to help you fine tune your thoughts around this, potentially help you find internship, and then you can go on that part. I decided to answer your own question really, really fast because I want to answer Taye Samuel's question again. So for everybody on this call, I have like one link out to you. My wife is Taiwo. So for this person, this one that so like I Taye around your name, I must answer the question. If people like you feel me, I must answer this Taye's question. Is it valid to have self-doubt? Every time everybody has self-doubt, before Obama comes on stage, he doubts himself. The greatest orator doubts themselves if they can perform in public. As I'm talking to you, and I've been doing this for over 20 years of my life. Before I came here, I was like, what will I say like this? I was even almost laying my hand on my head and start speaking in tongues to say, let these words come outside. Everybody has time of self-doubt. But you know what? For every time you have self-doubt, it is a reassurance that you're about hitting something amazing. So go hit the thing that you are doubting about. You know what? Demystify doubt. So when you doubt yourself that can I do it, show yourself that you can do it, right? So a lot of people think after 7 years in university, without a university degree, this guy you're looking at will not be able to do anything. I have consulted for the government at the highest level in Nigeria without a university degree. I have recruited and trained for the biggest and the best brands around the world without a university degree. So when self-doubt hit, prove to yourself and prove to everyone that yes, you can do it. So self-doubt is valid, and yes, you can do it is also very, very valid. Unfortunately, we can't take Oyindolapo's message, so she's left it. I probably will I'll type a response to it. Let me copy it out. I'll probably do a response to it through the organizers, and I'll let you have it, Oyindolapo. Is that Hassan? Oyindamola rather. Oyindamola. I'll do a response to it and I'll let you have it. So I think our time is way fast, man. So thank you so much, everyone.
Sir, can you drop your LinkedIn account and do
My LinkedIn profile is Toluwase Olanino. If you go and do Obasabi and put La in the middle of it, you will not find me. It's Toluwase Olanino, not
okay.
Toluwalase. It's Toluwase. If you do Obasabi, put La. You should have known. Toluwase Olanino on LinkedIn. Please connect me on LinkedIn. Happy to share a bit more. Apologies for running time. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you to the organizers. I hope that I deliver value.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for the insightful session. I mean, a lot of people do not want this session to end because I mean, there's this question, there's that question, there's that question. I mean, if we keep going, they're not gonna leave here, and there's a reason why we're all here. Yeah, so thank you so much, sir. So the next session, I'm gonna like quickly run through it, is for giveaways. I mean, uh, and apart from this, there'll be a surprise at the very end of this webinar, so I do indulge you to stay till the end. So quickly, I don't want anybody to like unmute their mic. This
The
game will
webinar
be
could the
done
sorry, the surprise could be that I will come back at the end of the webinar, so you have to stay. I mean,
as
I'm not
actually.
spoiling the step surprise. I'm not. I'm just saying, guys.
Well, if that was a surprise, you ruined it. But you have something bigger than that. So yeah, guys, would like to use the chat box for this, and it is first come first serve. If you come late, nothing for you. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. But then, so I have few questions to ask, and if you can get my questions correctly, I'll just ask two questions because our time is fast spent. The first question is, when was Writing Over founded? The first person on the chat box will be my winner. And if you are the first person on the chat box and you said the wrong answer, nothing for you to. When was Writing Over founded? That was the first question. Are we using our chat box? Okay. Nothing for all of you, I promise you. Wow. That's all. Well, I got my answer already. Alaga, I don't know how to pronounce your name, so I don't want to spoil it. But Alaga, yeah, got it correctly. Please do reach out to me after the session. And my second question is, name three things you can use Writing Over for. Name three things you can use Writing Over for. Let's use our chat box, guys. Why are you crying like this? It's my fault. It's 2024. Guys, let's use the chat box. Or else I'll go with mine. Okay. Oh my dear. Sorry, Michael. We've gotten answer already. Got an answer already. Project, logbooks, and presentation. Okay. Ah, it's like it's glowing people are using. Michael is like they're using glow. I'm sorry. So the second, don't worry, wait to the end. I'm not going to go with all my goodies. Yeah, I promise you that. So we have Alaga and Titi Lokwe for the session, giveaway, and that's the end of this giveaway. A lot of I people should give me emoji now. What's that? I mean, if you do not win, you win later. I promise you. Just say this to the end of the call. So we're moving forward, and I'd like to introduce my third speaker. If I introduce my third speaker, I would be reading his bio, and I will allow my third speaker announce what he wants to talk about. So I'll not tell you guys the topic. So Paul Adams is a result-driven senior software developer and founder of Writing Nova. I think you guys know what's happening here already. So just give me those emojis. Is the founder of Writing Nova with over a decade experience building and scaling high-performance applications. He has built products that serve more than 1 billion users, delivering reliable systems that process thousands of transactions every day. Before founding Writing Nova, he held senior engineering and leadership roles across companies in Nigeria, Austria, and Canada, and most recently serving as Chief Network Officer at Stellar, where he held a team of engineers to build secure, scalable, and user focused digital commerce solution. Its experts spans full stack development, cloud solution, API integration, and AI powered platforms. In 2024, for Michael, it's not 2023. In 2024, he launched Writing Nova, an AI-driven writing assistant designed to help students improve their writing through guided intelligent content generation. The platform has already grown to over 2,000 users, integrating advanced AI models such as OpenAI, Perplexity, and DeepSeek to deliver tailored writing support. A graduate of electrical and electronics engineering from the University of Ibadan, the very first on the best, guys. Who Paul has contributed to the developer community as a co-lead of the Google Developer Student Club at the university. Is a recipient of the BIT scholarship from Lennox Foundation and the KPMG Scholarship for Academic Excellence, and holds multiple certifications in modern web development and cloud technologies. At the core of his work is a commitment to building technology that solves real problems, from enabling seamless payments and education tools to creating AI solutions that power the next generation of learners and creators. I mean, guys, I should not be telling you guys this with resounding emojis. I should have said you guys should scream, but don't scream. Calm down. With resounding emojis, let's bring up Paul Adams, the CTO of Writing Nova.
Thank you, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Please confirm if you can hear me.
Very well, we can hear you.
Okay. Yes, good evening, everyone. It's nice to have everybody here. It's really nice. Not just for the webinar, but also for like the product. We're gathering to like move the education system at landscape forward. So I will start by making a little correction. So Writinova was founded in 2023. So don't worry. I mean, they will reach out to the person that won this. But the newer version, the newer version of the system, the improved version of the system, was relaunched in 2024, and even a better version is about to get launched again. So so that was like the little mix up there. So yes, so now that I've cleared that, so I'm just going to move straight in. So the purpose for my session basically is to give you like a little demo, just a little rundown of like the new things we've introduced into Writinova, the new stuff we've added that would help students specifically with their academic work. So a little backstory about Writinova. So I started Writinova while I was at the University of Ibadan. So of course, with my other friends that were also at the university, so we decided to start it. The aim was simple. We had a lot of gap in the educational system, gaps that like lecturers could not fill, gaps that have remained unfilled for like years and decades. So, and then we decided to come together and build a solution that could fix it. The good thing was we started doing this at the point where like the AI boom started. So it made much sense. And then it also like opened a path for us to like easily apply AI to really, really solve this problem. So I'll give you a short demo of what we currently have and how you can really utilize the system. So I would share my screen now. And please, I just need you to confirm if you can see my screen. So I'm trying to do that now. Yes, so please, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so thank you. So yes, so welcome. We are launching Writinova. So what is Writinova? Writinova is right now the number one AI writing assistant for students. So basically, we created like this system to help students make better reports, make better essays, make better assignments. So with Writinova, you can refine and even write a lot of things. Right now, we have a lot of students. We have way over 2,000 students across different universities that currently use our platform every day to improve their writing. So what can you use Writinova to do right now? You can use Writinova to improve your logbook, your essay, your term paper, your project proposals that you would submit to your supervisors, your project, your even if you want to write a letter, an article, a business proposal, and even a research paper. So I will just go ahead and show you how it works, and I'll be very fast with that. So you can log in either with your email or you can use the native username and password. So we would do a short demo for a student project, a typical student project. And I think I'm going to use my student project in this case. So we'll do a demo using my project topic. So we'll see how good it is and what it can really do. So I'll go ahead and so we've simplified the entire process. Typically, I mean, AI is now in everybody's mobile device. AI is now in everybody's computer. And right now, to make use of these AI models, you have to go through the stress of having to move between the AI system and then your project. So take, for instance, you're writing your project. You would typically use Microsoft Office, right? And then now you have to switch in between, let's say you're using ChatGPT for assistance. So you have to switch in between ChatGPT or even the Meta AI and your Microsoft Office. But what we've done is to simplify the entire process. We are students just like we were one student, just like you guys. And then we understood like how difficult that would be. And we also understood how inefficient that can also be. So what we've done is the system would initially ask for like very basic information about your project. So you are writing a student project. What's the name of the project and what's the project all about? So like I said, I'm going to use my project. So my project topic was the design and construction of a smart monitoring system for soil, pH, temperature, humidity, and moisture with irrigation automation. So basically smart farming. So I'm just going to give it that. You can be more descriptive. The more descriptive you are, the more likely, like you get better results when you give it a better description. I'm just going to call this project Smart Farming. Now, what are keywords? So keywords in this case are like, if you have specific topics you want the AI to focus on, you have specific topics you want the AI to explore, specific things that your supervisor have told you that it would be nice to see in the project. So it could be a system. So take, for instance, when you're talking about smart farming, you would most likely talk about hydroponics. So take, for instance, my supervisor has also advised me that, oh, when you're writing this project, I want you to include something around hydroponics. I want you to include something around just the general use case for smart farms. Just anything. So what we've done is that we've provided you the ability to add about up to 5 keywords. So you can add up to 5 keywords that would help refine it to very, very specific keywords you need. But the interesting thing is that we plan to increase this. So we are constantly making updates to the platform. We are constantly refining our models. We are constantly doing all of this to make it better. So anyway, I'm working directly with 2 keywords, my description and my title. So I'll go ahead and generate. Now, what this does behind the scene is it takes the topic, it sends it to our fine-tuned AI model that's been trained specifically with Nigerian project writing or globally outright project. Now, while the AI is generating the content for you, you would see that it has already generated a number of chapters. You can already have an overview. So you see that the chapter 1 is an introduction of smart farming. Chapter 2 that's already generated is understanding hydroponics, which was one of the keywords. Chapter 3 is technologies in smart farming, which was another keyword we gave to it. Then you will see that chapter 4, you have other things. But let's even go to chapter 1. Now, what we do automatically is that we give you the content for chapter 1, so that you get a glimpse. So everybody today would already have access to the first segment of whatever you're generating. So if you're generating a project, you have access to the chapter 1 immediately. If you're generating your logbook, you have access to the first section of your logbook. So we give you so that you get a feel of what the other content could look like. So I wanted to show you, but even when the AI system is generating, you can decide to leave that page and do something else. So you can just decide to, I don't know, go out of the system, come back, and even when you go back to your project, you will still see it there. It was updated 1 minute ago, and you still have it there. So now, we did not just stop here. We took it like a bit further because, like I said, we were one student. We understood the challenges. We understood the problems that a typical student would face. So we added a lot of interesting things that has made it very easy. So now, take for instance, all the formatting tools and formatting items you have on your typical Microsoft Word or your Google Doc. We've added them, so you can easily make things bold. If you decide to make a particular item bold, you can do that. So you can make words and sentences bold. You can make them. You can format them to become in the italic format. You can make them underlined. You can strike through. You can create lists other than unordered lists. So these are like just typical formatting options. But let's go to the more interesting part of things. So let's take, for instance, I don't understand what was written here. And you can as well write manually. So I can decide to write, let's say I want to add other things to what the AI has generated. I can just go on and write it. Sorry. I can just go on and write the bits I want to add, and then you can save. So there's a save button here. So all your documents are saved. Even when you log out, even when you log in on any device, you will just resume from wherever you stopped. Nothing is lost. Everything is saved for you. So you can access this from any device, any internet-enabled device. Now, let's start with like the very interesting tools we've added. So let's say I don't understand what is written here. So agriculture has always been a cornerstone of human civilization. I really don't understand what this means. I can select that. I can right-click, and then I can easily check the meaning of what that statement means. Now, we also have like AI models that are also fine-tuned to help you quickly understand whether you have sentences, paragraphs, or whatever you have in your project, or in your article, or in your logbook while you are editing it. So you see that we easily can tell you what that means. So it means that agriculture is fundamental to the development and sustainability of human society, blah, 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 blah. Now, let's say, for instance, I also want to improve this. So I like this particular sentence, but I want to, let's say, make it better. How do I want to make it better? Let's say I want to make it longer. I can just improve it. Now, directly on this page, it will show you so it shows you what it is going to make it become. So look at that little sentence. It has been made this super long. You can even make it super long. You can summarize, you can simplify, you can improve fluency, you can paraphrase, you can add punctuations if you think you are missing a few punctuations. You can even use custom prompts. So let's say you want to carry out a customization or custom improvements on what you have. You want it to be written in a specific custom manner. And then all you need to do is to just use the improvements. And then you see that we have this very long sentence now added in place of the shorter one. And then I can just go ahead and maybe I can even move this to become a new paragraph. And then I can also go ahead and save. So what other interesting thing have we added? Now let's say let's look at other options we have. So let's still right click and see. You can as well do citation. But before we even go to citation, let's check out something else, something very interesting. So take, for instance, you're writing your project. You need to add images, right? You want to add an image, but you're confused because you have to either go on Google, search on Google, and then come back, download from Google, come back, import, or you have to do all of that. So what we've done is you can directly embed the image. So all you have to do is click on the image icon. You can search for image. Just search whatever you want. So I'm writing about smart farming. So I can decide to do this. I hit enter to search. Then I see a lot of images. Now these images are the same images you would get if you had to go to Google, search for an image, download, and try to use it in your project. So I could easily just select any of the image I want to use. So let's say I select this image. then you have it. It is automatically added to the project, and then I can as well save this, and then this would exist in the project. So you can do all of that. You can change images, you can delete images, you can add as many images as you want, just as you're writing. And you can do that directly from any device. You just need to log in to access what you've been working on. Now, the other step we've gone to the other thing we've added to also make it very easy for students is you can as well decide to use the search system that is already embedded in here for you. So ideally or normally, you would want to open a new tab to go on Google and maybe search for something you need. But right now, you can click on this icon over here, and we have the Google search embedded already here. So let's say I want to search for more information about smart farming. Let's still just go with the regular one. So when I search, the results are directly on the system. So I'm still in one place, and then I have all the search results that I normally would have gone to do somewhere else directly here. But now, it takes like a couple of steps. It takes fewer steps basically for you to search for whatever you need. So now I already see that, oh, I want to read what is in Wikipedia. So when I click this, it just opens Wikipedia immediately. And then I can come back here and click something else, and then it opens it immediately. And I don't have to keep moving through multiple tabs. The good thing again is when you add images, they are all, when you add images, you have them here. So you see history of all the images you've used in your project, so that you can easily reuse them or make reference to them. So we save those history for you, so it's easy for you to look through. Now, other things we have is you automatically see word counts. That's just like the other document editors you have. But we also show you a table of content. So at a glance, you can see the table of content of what you have already. So you have chapter 1 to chapter 10 with a lot of items. You can change, you can decide to do anything you want to do. Then you have citation, and then you have the export option. So for export, you can currently export as PDF or as documents. When you export as documents, you can even take that document to your typical Microsoft Office document or your Google Doc to continue editing it. Another thing I would like to show is, yes, citation. So let's take for instance, agriculture has consistently served as a fundamental cornerstone of human civilization through history. So you can try to cite that. One thing we're currently doing is that we are still indexing a lot of projects and a lot of research paper for easy citation. But right now, you can just as well select items, try to cite them. You see a list of citations with their publications, with all the publications information you need, and then you can easily just cite directly from the editor. So let's say I'm fine with this particular publication, which was published in 2022. I could easily just cite, and just automatically the citation is added. So, and I mean, the next question would be, oh, I want to change the citation format. I want a better format. Well, we added that as well. We are as well also already adding more citation formats that you can easily use, most especially for project. I know citation is important for project and research papers. So that's why we've taken so much time to add this for students. So right now we only have 4 formats. We have the APA, MLA, Chicago, and Harvard standard for citations. But right now, it has only taken me like about 2 clicks to add citation. And over here, I can see the list of citation I've already added, well formatted and well linked. I can as well open the publication. So let's say I want to even go ahead and read about the publication. So there's just a link. Oh, okay, so this is not found. But anyway, you can directly, so we have most of the citations linked directly from this page. So you can even open the publications and read them as well. So, but like I said, we are still indexing a lot of more research papers, trying to make it better so that you can even make better citations. So yes, right now, these are like the exciting things we have. So if I go ahead and export this as PDF, so yeah. So anyway, you can go ahead and export as PDF. You can export in a specific font size, in a specific font style. We are also adding more font style we are also adding more font style that would be supporting. At some point, we would also support custom font styles, just in case you need that. So, but right now, this is all the amazing features we've added, and we're excited to see how we use it. We already have a lot of students using this, and then we're excited to see how you also get to use this with any of your student work. So, yes, and then this applies to any of the things you want to write. So whether it is article, the business proposal, the essay, the letter, the logbook, project proposal, report. So we have a lot of things in stock. Now, if you have frequent question on, oh, you don't understand certain things in the system, we have a written guide already. If you don't understand certain things, we have like videos that you can watch that would explain how to use certain things. So yeah, so I think right now that's all for me. I think later on in the call, I would come up again to show you, I think, the exciting thing that Amide already said we have at the end of the call. So I look forward to showing you that. Thank you, guys. Amide?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I was trying to reply a text in the chat box. Thank you so much, Paul. Whoa, so guys, you cannot using Writing Nova. I'm sorry. What are you using? What are you using to do your projects, your articles, your, to get your logbook and all of that? So, okay. I love the response I'm getting. I love the reactions I'm getting. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Paul. So, guys, we have a lot in stock for you, so you should wait till the end because I'm not even going to say much at this point. And yeah, so we'll move to the next section. Right? Please tell me what, because I've offended you before. Don't worry. 2 table water for you. I know it's to buy what I do is to drink for people. It's only table water is to make. All right, so let's see. If you vex me, nothing for you again. But let's move forward. Uh, um, would have the next session come up in a few, and we'll be having our fourth speaker come up. And it's not an in-store app. It's for people asking. It's not an in-store app. It's a
Yes,
website.
it is a web app. So it is a web app.
Yeah.
It is a web app, so you can access it directly from www.writingnova.com from any internet-enabled device.
You can access it on your phone, on your laptop. So we'll be going to the next session. Messi, your hand is raised up. Please use the chat box. Thank you. The next topic we'll be talking on, or we'll have our speaker talk on, is tips on how to build a resume that stands out and stand the test of time. This topic is making my heart do giggling because I mean it's just not enough for your resume to stand out. It's what will it take for it to stand the test of time? I'm reading the bio of our speaker right now. Our speaker is Felix Bisong, lead consultant, the Gen Z HR. I'm so sorry for that. The Gen Z HR. Felix Bisong, the Gen Z HR, as people fondly call him, is a recruiter and an HR professional with over 6 years of experience working in consulting, NGO, fintech, social enterprise, mobility, and logistic tech, alongside edutech. His experience transcends the entire value chain of HR with a focus on talent acquisition, performance management, employee experience, and engagement. With experience spanning Africa, Europe, and North America, Felix has helped startup and high growth companies build winning teams. He's, he's passionate about learning and development and is driven by continuous growth. His colleagues call him the Chief Happiness Officer, and others call him the People First Problem Solver. With resounding emoji, guys. Let's do this again. Let's bring up Felix. B song. Another thing about this man is he was also an icebreaker. So I just have a lot of icebreaker on this. Oh my god, let's just keep up with the emojis till he come up. Thank you. Okay, hi guys. While we wait for our speaker, could be network glitch. Would quickly go on the next set of giveaway round. If you are here, please drop emojis for me. I beg. I don't want to talk too much. Thank you, Michael. Okay, why we wait for our speaker? Who is drop Backman? Why are you sad? What's that? I said I was to do giveaway. You are doing crying emoji for me. You are who? Please give me some love. All right. I think I would like to, evaluate us on the last two speakers and before Paul came up, because if I ask you something about Paul, all right, we have our speaker up already. So guys, again, because he did not see that emojis we gave up for him, let's give another round of emojis as it comes up. Thank you so much.
Hey guys, good evening. I sincerely apologize for joining you a bit late. Thank you all for your time. Can you confirm you can hear me, please?
Very
No.
well, sir.
Okay, there's no sound. You can't hear any background sound, right? From my end. Can you?
No background sound.
Okay, that's fine. I'm on the move, that's why I'm asking. Um
Okay.
Sorry that I'm unable to turn on my video for you guys today, but I promise my face everywhere. When you search for Felix, you're gonna see my face everywhere. But thank you guys for having me today. Um I joined a lot earlier, but I thought I should just take some time off and just maybe relax and let you guys have fun before I join back in here. So I had to like leave you people a bit here. So today, I'm just here to just have a chat with you people. I didn't make any presentation. If you want the presentation, I can make a presentation and send to you people. But right now, I just came to have a chit chat with you all here and enjoy my time here with you, because what I do, some of the things I do best is enjoy myself, right? So I'm here to also enjoy myself with you today, and I hope that we're able to have fun and learn while we're having fun as well. So before I go ahead, could you tell me who my target audience are really? I don't think I got a hang of that. Are they like, you have like students here, you have like workers, professionals, or who do we have in the building, please? Who do we have in the building? Can you help me with that, please? You can type, oh, student, oh, I work, I'm a professional. You just type that for me so that I know who we have in the house. Thank you. Everybody, that's it, okay, that's it. Hey guys, I just want to know who we have in the house here. Do we have business people in the house? Do we have students? Students, okay, we have students here majorly. All right, that's fine. I think that we are good to go. So, hustlers. Okay, no, wahala. I'm your fellow hustler, so we are in this together. Okay, guys, there's a copper here. Interesting. We have a copper in the house as well. So we're definitely aspiring professional. Okay, that's fine. That's very calm. Thank you for sharing. Um, if you give me aspiring professional, if you give me about maybe a minute, I'm just gonna get something for you So I'm here to talk to you guys about I'm going to talk to you guys about how tips on how to build a resume that actually does stand out, or stand the test of time, right? I don't know why the topic so big. It sounds very scary, but I promise you, it's not scary. It's just I think it's building a resume that helps you get something that helps you get a job. That actually puts you in front or gets you that interview, right? It's building a resume that actually helps you um to get somewhere, right? That's like what I've been talking to you about. How many of us here know what a resume is? How many of us here know what a resume is? You can just tell me what do you think a resume is? Let me start with that. And how many of us, even if you don't know what a resume is, you can just also say something here. I can also help you out here. I know what a resume is. Give me a thumbs up. I don't know what a resume is. You can also you can also like say something there. Or you know what a resume is. Okay, well, everyone knows what a resume is. Great. Who else is there? Michael does. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Okay, I think that we are good to go then. I think that we are good to go. Is there anybody here who doesn't know what a resume is? Is there anybody here who doesn't know? Akinola, okay, that's fine. We'll definitely get you somewhere. It's traffic. We'll definitely get you there. So today I'm here to just help you understand, how this whole thing looks like and how you can easily get one done for yourself. At the end of this conversation, I'm going to be sending you, or maybe when I'm more settled, I'll be sending you a template. That's typically what I do. I just send a template that you can use to create your own resume, something that you can use for yourself, something that you can absolutely help, that you can use to create your own, distinct resume, right? That's like what I'll be sharing with you today after the session or when I'm well rested, right? But today again, like I said, at the end of the session, you're going to be able to create powerful resume that stands out, to recruiters, right? And also increases your chances of landing interviews. That's like what I hope to achieve here with you today. So I'll just quickly get to it. I apologize for the sound you may be hearing in my background. But I promise you that I'll try to make the best of it today. So what is a resume, right? Why does a resume matter? Why does it really matter? Why does a resume matter? A resume matters because it is often the first interaction between you and your recruiter, or you and the recruiter, right? That is why a resume matters. It's the first interaction between you and the recruiter. Okay. A resume is also because the hiring landmark is very, very busy, or very competitive, and because hiring managers also spend like just a few seconds, looking through your CVs or your resumes, you need to obviously have like your resumes properly packed, right? And a well-crafted resume obviously increases your chances of passing the applicant tracking system. For those of us who do not know, applicant tracking system is like a software or a system that passes your CV. A system that looks through your CV and say, okay, hey, this CV is good to go, or this CV is not good to go. So a resume, why a resume matters is because having one increases your chances of obviously impressing your recruiters, and also passing the applicant tracking system. I'll be talking to you guys about this a whole lot today, but I'll try to ensure that this doesn't make it's not boring, so that you don't get so bored and then you begin to leave the call, right? And what a resume, what your resume should do if you're a student here, a resume possibly could be, you obviously you'll be applying for CWES, you apply for CWES very soon. Maybe you'll be going for NYC very soon. If you want to apply for maybe your first job, or you want to like shoot a shot at maybe your potential PP, or people you want to like work hard, you need a resume. Okay, you need a resume, right? Your resume it's like contains details about you, tells people about you without people getting to see you, what you have done, what you've done in your career, what you literally just do, right? That's like what a resume does. A resume introduces you before the person gets to meet you. Okay, that's what a resume does, right? And quickly, a resume should be able to communicate your value proposition quickly and very clearly, right? Your resume should be able to communicate your value. What 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 value are you bringing? A resume should also be able to demonstrate your skills, relevant skills and your achievements as well. That's what a resume should be able to demonstrate. And a resume should be able to match the job descriptions and the role that you're applying for, right? Should be able to do all of these things for you. And lastly, a resume encourages recruiters, to want to meet you, to want to know more about you, right? That's like what a resume does for you. So it's important for you to obviously, everybody needs a resume, except you don't want to maybe do. I mean, everybody literally don't needs a resume. If you want to live, okay, I think that's pretty extreme. Let me don't go into that. Everybody needs a resume. Everybody needs a resume. So what are the key components of an effective resume? What are the key components of a resume? The key components of a resume are, a resume must, I think you should take note of this, by the way. A resume must contain a header. The header here is your full name, your professional email address, not the ones you have created maybe for to go. Some of us back then meant to go was, I don't know, okay, I'm sure that you're old enough to know what to go was, or to go is, or to go was. When we used to do to go, we'll put sexy mama or sexy papa, or papi 234 type of thing, this type of emails, no, you want to have very professional emails, emails that just maybe states just your name and maybe a number. For instance, my email is felixbsong@gmail.com. It has my two names there, and nobody can say it's not professional enough, right? So you want to take out those sexy mamacita, at gmail.com, or sexy joy, or Ebonla, all those vibe email. Please take them out, but have a professional email, right? For you can put on your resume. Sometimes I see some emails and I'm like, God, please. And then I sort of, because I know that mail, like I don't know how to interact with this person first. Your email is already giving me a first impression of you. So you want to change your email. First thing you want to have on your resume, by the way, is your full name, your professional email. You want to have also your phone number there. You also want to have also your LinkedIn profile, the link to your LinkedIn profile. It must be there. It should be there. It helps you hold, or it helps you stand out, right? After all of this, after your header, what you need then is your professional summary or your career objective. So for you, you need a career objective. You don't need a professional summary. The professional summary tells on your resume, it explains exactly what you've been doing with your life, professionally. But since you are mostly students here, you need what we call a professional objective, yes, or professional. What do you call it again? Executive summary or professional summary, or objective, career objective, right? What does career objective mean? It's a very strong opening statement that highlights your value. It highlights your value. I'll show you all of this, as we move forward, and I'll try to be fast enough as well. So after this, you need a header again. You need a professional summary. After a professional summary, you need your work experiences. Of course, you're a student. Maybe you don't have work experiences, but I don't believe any students doesn't have work experiences, by the way. Because even when I was student, I had also work experiences. I had volunteering experiences there, and I had like I had so I had volunteering experiences. I had also maybe clubs I joined in campus. I had all of those things there. So I think that's what you want to also capitalize on. So you have an experience. Maybe you are selling in a shop for your mom. You're helping your mom to count money. That's an experience, right? So you need also that in your CV, right, or your resume. And after work experience, all you need now are your skills. The skills. What relevant hard and soft skills, does this job require? So add those there, and then lastly, you need your education. Right? As you can see, so after your education, you can add also your certifications. If you have any awards, you can add them there and everything. Actually, I think I can present my screen, because I think this presentation pretty much wraps the whole what I'm saying here with you. So that we can have like this is what I'm presenting now. Yep. Yes. So you can easily have sorry, this is what I was saying. You can take a screenshot if you like to take a screenshot here. Take a screenshot from here. I will just this is where I'm going to base my conversation at, right? So you need all of these are all the things that makes up a professional an effective resume. You know, your header, professional summary, you know, work experience, skills, education, certifications, and awards. You know, as you can see here, guys, I did not mention you to put your age, you know, or your date of birth in your CV. As you can see here, I didn't say put your date of birth. I've seen CVs or resumes before that they tell you people are so funny. You know, they tell you sorry, I'm just looking at the chat now, it's so funny. They tell you, I mean, you get to put your age, you put your date of birth, you put your mommy's name, you put your full home address. Bro, don't get kidnapped trying to apply for a job. Oh. Please don't get kidnapped trying to apply for a job. You know, your CV can enter anywhere. You see how you called? You see how you see how you see how sometimes I don't know if anybody has written their project and done project defense and done maybe you wrote three documents. I don't remember what they call them, you know, but you do maybe 3 copies, one for yourself, one for your professor, maybe one for your supervisor and everything, you know. You see, when you go back to school, maybe in 2 years, or maybe 2 years is too far, you get to see maybe those documents have been dumped somewhere in the dustbin, or maybe in your department's trash bin. Is there. I don't know if anybody has seen something like that. Maybe you saw your name, your cover page was being used to wrap suya to sell to you. I'm sure you've seen something like that before. Guys, that's how it is. It's very easy to discard all these things, you know. Now imagine having your email sorry, your home address on on your CV, your date of birth, all your personal information, on your CV, and it gets to the wrong hand. Just imagine what happens there, right? So you don't need to put your home address. You can put just the location. Oh, Lagos, Nigeria. I mean, I stay in Lagos, right? So Lagos, Nigeria. If I want to go deeper, I will just maybe actually no. I'll just put Lagos, Nigeria, maybe Lagos mainland Nigeria, Lagos Island, Nigeria. That's what I'll put there. But do not put your home address, your complete home address on your resume. Please do not add your date of birth on your resume. You don't need that. Please do not add your gender on your resume. You don't need that. You know, please and please, the most recent one I've seen so far is that people are adding their height and their weight on their CV or on their resume. I don't know what you're doing with that on your resume, really. You don't need to add any of those things on your resume, I promise you. You don't need to add a picture on your resume except maybe you're applying for a front desk role and they specifically asked you to do that. You don't need to add your local government of origin on your resume if you're not applying for a government job. Please, you don't need all of those things. You don't need to apply, you don't need to add your state of origin on your resume. You don't need that, I promise you, right? All you need are just these things I've listed down here. All these things, just these things here. These are going to help you stand out a whole lot. Okay. You don't need all of these other things on your resume. Let me show an example of let me show you my resume and what it looks like, and then I'll end it there. I'm not saying I'm the best guy or whatever, but I'm telling you that this is from conversations I've had with professionals also. This is what most people obviously will tell you, okay, this looks okay, this looks okay. I wouldn't say this looks great because I mean I don't apply for anything with this. I just use it to just tell myself, okay, hey, you really have done stuff, in life and everything, right? So this is what my resume. I did this like last year. By the way, this is what my resume looks like. Don't worry, I will show you all of these things there, guys. Okay, so as you can see, my name is here, my full name is here, my LinkedIn profile is there as well, as you can see here. My email address is here, as you can see here. My phone number is here, and my I say in Lagos, Nigeria, right? Like I said earlier, you need to. Hello, hello.
Yes, and we can.
All right. In your case, you don't need a professional summary. In your case, all you need is an executive summary, or
We can't hear you again.
objective. That's all you need in your own case, right? In my case, I've done a lot of things, I've accomplished many things, So after this, I didn't move to my experiences. You see, after my experience, these are all my experiences look like here. This is what they look like, right? I have my experiences here. I don't have all of this other random stuff on my resume. No, I do not have them. Again, my name, my full details here, professional summary, experience, and then I'm going deeper or down, and I'm going to my academic qualification. This is what I studied in school. This is what my academic qualifications are. If you go forward again or go downwards, you're going to see my skills and core competencies. These are my skills and core competencies here. If you have done trainings, you can add trainings here. Somebody asked about leadership and volunteer roles. These are what I have here. I have them also here, as you can see, guys. These are the things here. I have also awards. These are all my awards as well, as you can see, guys. These are all my awards here. So as you can see, I didn't tell you anything that I haven't done before or that I haven't experienced. So these are like the things I thought I should come speak to you guys about and let you guys know, you know, um, let you guys know what it means to have like or to write an effective CV, right? Or an effective resume. These are going to help you a whole lot. I'm going to be sending you a presentation that has maybe a clearer or maybe that helps you look at this whole thing a whole lot better, right? Or from a better perspective. But um, very quickly, I want to tell you guys about like common mistakes that most of us make when we are working on our resume. Some of the mistakes here, of course, are the typos. Most of us have like typos in our resume. Some of us have like grammar errors. Please take a look at those. Every recruiter looks at us, is looking at. We're also looking at how detail oriented you are. Um, Also, some of us also release responsibilities instead of like achievements. No, you need to have your responsibilities, your achievements, and not your responsibilities. Some people have inconsistent formatting on their resume. You don't want to have that, guys. And some of us overload our resume with like too much information. You don't need that as well, right? And some of us also just use one resume to apply for like 100 jobs. You don't need that. So you want to obviously target a resume to the jobs so you're applying to, right? Um, and to obviously create a resume, you can easily use like different tools to create your resume. Um you can use all of these tools to create your resume. And I promise you that you won't have to like stress so much, doing that really. Once again, I'll be sharing with you guys tools I think that you can use. And I'll be sharing with you tools that you can possibly use, which are here, and I'll also share with you like my resume. Maybe you can take a clip from there as well. I hope that I've been able to share a little bit with you, in this very short time I've spent with you here. I didn't have a lot of time, so I wouldn't want to like go further and then take so much time from the entire event. Thank you so much, guys, for listening, and I hope that was helpful. Please ask the questions. Thank you. Oh, we are here. Just
Okay, we'll be taking
yes,
just
ask me
two
questions, guys.
questions. Esther, please go on with your question. Hi, Esther, can you go on with your question? Or will you use the chat box? Though on the chat box we have another asking, what do you mean by inconsistent formatting?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I was muted. I was muted. Okay. So my question is, what is the difference between a CV and a resume? And another one is, you were saying responsibilities. I don't know, like, what do you mean by responsibilities? That you said we should not include our responsibilities, we should include our achievement. I don't really understand that part. Thank you.
Okay, guys, just give me a sec. I'll come back to that question. Just give me 1 sec, please. Thank you. Okay, guys. So let me read this here. So when I say formatting, sorry, let me start with the 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 second question, right? So you asked about um okay, you asked about CV and resume. So a CV typically is ideally meant for professionals. So academic professionals, they have CV has like a lot of things, a lot of information in it, right? A lot of information in it. So for instance, you have academic research, a number of different things that you possibly have done, so your lecturers possibly have CVs, you know. For us who are very young professionals, all we need is a resume that just outlines your professional summary, professional achievements, right? That's what your resume is supposed to have. And that's what each and every one of you here on this call needs, not a CV. Now, when I talk about responsibilities and also achievements. I mean, a lot of people. So there's what we call job description, JD, right? Some of us go and copy what we have on the JD and put on our CVs. That's not correct. That's not supposed to be right. That's not supposed to be. You're supposed to have your achievement. What did you achieve in that role? Not what you are supposed to do. It's what you did. What you did, not what you're supposed to do. That's what I mean by achievements, not responsibilities. So what did you achieve in that role? What did you achieve in that role, and not what you are supposed to achieve? What did you achieve in that role? That's what I mean. Another person asked me about inconsistent formatting. There are people who use and people who use numbers. They use numbers for maybe for so I put bullet points. Some people use numbers to do that. Maybe they use 1, 2, 3, and then some other person. I mean, maybe the next time you go and use I or Roman numeral. Maybe you want to go and use Roman numeral, or you want to go and use alphabets. That's really not correct. That's really not nice. To make your CV looks very messy. So you want to use, if you're sticking with numbers, stick with numbers. If you're sticking with bullet points, stick with bullet points. If you're sticking with a particular bullet point, stick with that particular bullet point, right? And not just anyone, or use any random one you come across. That's like really what I mean by inconsistent formatting, guys, and a lot more other things. Really, hope that helps. Hello, thank you, Fidos.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Thank you so much for asking that question. Are we good to go?
Thank you so much, sir. Do not
Oh,
think any other person has questions.
great.
All right.
So,
Thank
so
you
I'll,
so
I'll be
much
I'll be
for.
sending this. Yeah, sure. I'll be sending this to you guys. Then I'll be sending you also. I'll be sending you also the CV template. I think that can work better for, or resume template that I think I can work better for you. So you can also look at it and see what it looks like, and if it works okay for you, you can also copy and maybe work around your own resume. Is that fine? Thank you guys so much for hosting me.
Thank you so much, Felix. Thank you,
Oh,
guys.
please.
Sounding emojis for Felix, please.
Thank you. Adams, you can also just
Thank
remind
you.
me, just so I don't forget as well. Thank you guys. Have a good one. Enjoy.
Yeah. And this should be one of the reasons why you should join the community. You should join Right Nova community if you are not yet on the community. Would would drop the link to join the community rather on the chat box very soon. So yes, I hope you guys have learned a lot because at this stage it's a lot and we are moving closer to the end. And I am still indulging that you still till the end because we have a surprise for you. Yeah, so we'll be moving on to the next session. We're bringing up our fifth speaker. And before I tell you his name, I'm gonna read his bio. So guys, you know what we do here. Let's do this. Um, so my our next speaker is, I think I was going to say his name. I'm going to use bio first, but then let me say his name. Our next speaker is the founder and CEO of Seller. I know you guys have been using Stella. You once used Stella, but then his name is Douglas Kenson. Douglas Kenson is a Nigeria entrepreneur, fintech expert, and the founder and CEO of Stellar Co Africa, leading platform for digital entrepreneurs with a background in financial technology and digital payments. Douglas worked at Flutterwave and Paystack, two of Africa's most successful billion-dollar fintech startups. His experience in scaling digital payments solution and understanding the challenges faced by African entrepreneurs led him to create Stella, an online store, an online store builder that allows individuals to monetize their knowledge and skills through digital products like ebooks, courses, and membership. Since its launch in 2016, Stella has grown into a game-changing creator platform, registering over 15 million users and paying out more than $10 million. That's around 9 billion to African creators. Guys, with a resounding applause, let's bring up Mr. Douglas, and his topic is Launch Why You Learn, a student guide to build tools, teams, startup that solve real problems. Guys, until he comes up, until he unmutes his mic and start talking, don't let the emoji stop rolling. Thank you.
No, you can let the emojis stop rolling, but thank you very much. This was really lovely. Really, really glad to be here. Adams and I have worked over the last couple of years, and Adams is amazing. I'm so happy to be at Writing Over supporting you guys. I have 15 minutes, so I don't want to take a lot of time. I want to just get into the meat of the thing. So we do have a topic today, and it's Launch While You Learn, a student's guide to building tools, teams, and startups that solve real problems. So I don't have a slide just because we do have a very short time, but I do have like a few points that I want to talk about. This is 6:24, so by like, I guess 6:40, we should be done. Okay. So the first thing I want to say is a lot of things in life. Oh my God, I feel like a motivational speaker, but like a lot of things in life are not black and white. And I mean, I guess we know that, but I think also just a lot of advice in life is not, it's not like, it's not black and white. Again, like I say, what I'm trying to say is that like, I'm going to say a lot of things. They're going to be a little contradictory, actually, and it might sound self-contradictory, but I think what's important is you listen to, I'm actually a Libra, so I don't know if there are any zodiac people here, but like, so I guess I would always look at two sides. But it is very important that you listen to as many sides as possible, and this person's advice might not work for you. Or this knowledge in this particular extreme might not work for you. And you can also be an outlier. And I know I'm sounding abstract, but like this is going to make sense to you shortly. Just give me a minute. But I really want to give that preamble. So there are 4 things I want to talk about today. If you're looking to like build anything, whether as a student or even like as a graduate, I'm going to tell you the 4 points. And then I will go around to tell you, I'll give a little, like, I'll give some personal stories for all of them, and I will just talk about them. Are we good? I just want to make sure that everyone is following me so far. I don't know, this is time for those emojis because I need to know that you guys are here. Okay, cool. All right, so the first one is know when to quit. The second one is take it very seriously. The third is understand what is needed of you and ensure it's done. And to be honest, I feel like I can merge like the third and the fourth points, because the fourth point is be scrappy. And I'll talk about this. So know when to quit. So in my 400 level, and this is 400 level is, my 400 level was, sorry, I graduated in 2016, so 400 level was 2015, cool. I had built a smart school solution. I think at the time, school solutions were not like everywhere, but like, or I think they were just gaining traction in Nigeria. I built a fully robust solution. I think I'd spent almost all of my actually I spent all of my 400 level developing this, and then I was on IT for 6 months, and like I was privileged to work at my uncle's like site because I studied civil engineering, and all I did for 6 months was write that code. And that was all I was working on, and I had a really robust like school solution, and then I tried to sell it. Um, Now, why did I build that solution? I built that solution because I had some friends, the friends that taught me how to write software, like write code. Um, they they had built a school solution. They talked about just how they had told me how profitable it is. They were earning money from recurring money from it. And I guess I cared about the problem a little, just a little, not that much, but a little. And I mean, I just learned how to code just like a year ago. I was just like I was looking for stuff to do. So it was a perfect project that like stretched me, and I had a solid product at the end of the day, and I had to do something about it. So I built that product. Oh yeah, now time to market it. And then I learned that in trying to market that product, I learned just how bureaucratic schools are. And so the school solution was for like primary, secondary schools. And like if you ever try to sell to a primary and secondary school, like you will see bureaucracy because like whoever makes a decision for secondary schools is not that very clear. So sometimes it's the principal, sometimes it's the school owner, sometimes it's like the admin, but you shall have to get everybody to agree. And you can even get like the principal to agree, but like owner doesn't want to pay. And then there was a pricing thing. And mind you, I was the only person on my team. Um, the only person that we sold that product to was a family friend whose mom was like was managing a school, and then she kind of had the school implemented for a term, but I think that was the only people that gave us money, and it was like 2 point something million. Was it 2 million? I don't know. It was like maybe like 1 point something million. It was shy a lot of money, and I was so happy that we signed a client, but the school did not even really use it, nor did they even fully integrate it. We struggled to find another client, and the reason why I know that we signed that client is because my friend got a cut out of that deal, if I'm not mistaken. Did I give him a cut? I think I gave him a cut. And Shasha, there was a lot of goodwill in the process, and that's why I got that. I had like two other family friends that I tried to sell the product to, and they did not respect me. They did not respect me. They did not. But I knew I had a solid product, but they did not respect me. They did not. I was alone compared to like the people that sold this product, this kind of products. Companies sold this kind of products. They have like a team. And I think in when I went back to school for my 500 level, because I think I tried to sell it all of 400 level holiday, and I think I tried to sell it during like 500 during like Christmas holiday of my 500 level. And I shall tried. I grew up in Port Harcourt, so I was trying a lot of Port Harcourt schools, and then I also tried it in a few schools in Lagos. Disaster. I even had I barely knew anybody there, so it was just impossible. But I think in my family level, I think I have an ability to like separate myself from things and just move on. Sometimes, not all the time, but I think I just realized that like, this one passed my power. I cannot get into this kind of setting that I'm trying to get into, and I cannot close the client. So I don't know how to do this. I don't even have the resources to maybe hire people to do this. But I think I did a survey, and I just realistically agreed that like, I can't move. I even tried to now sell the product back to the people. So the thing is, I can tell you that they bought it from me, but I don't even think I got like 300K from this. And this is a product I worked on for like over like a year. It was very full. And I think they paid me like 100. It was just a mess. That ended sadly. The only thing I think I got out of that was just a lot of experience in maybe in products and work and doing things and just a lot of hands-on experience and building something. But I say this because as you build things as a student, and again, as you build it as a student, you might not have all the information at the beginning. You might get information, you might get more information about the idea or the products you're trying to build along the line. And it's going to be important to learn to either pivot or stop with new information. Don't let like sunken costs keep you working on one thing that might never really work out. Yeah. Does that make sense? I don't know. Like I'm sorry, I don't see people, so like it's I'm just really trying to make sure that you guys get me. Are you guys following? So, and now the reason why I started this session with like no advice, don't listen to any advice that you hear from me, because I literally did not follow that advice when I was building Seller. Because I started building Seller in 2016, and from 2016 to Seller took off in 2020. From 2016 to 2020, I don't think there was a week where I was not iterating this product and making changes and talking to customers. And now I didn't have as many customers as we had in 2020. So I'll give you an example. I can't remember. I really don't have the numbers, unfortunately, but Shana that we took off in 2020. And from 2016 to 2020, there was very little to no traction. But I did have a few users, actually. I had a few users. My users were using the product. Now, they were not making that much money, but they were using the product. I saw some traction, not a lot of traction. I don't even think that in the 4 years or 3 years, that's 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, most of 2020. I don't think in the 4 years we saw 20 million naira in revenue combined. But then the beauty of this is like in 2020, we saw like 100 million in like 1 year. And then the next year we saw 1 billion. And then in the next year we saw like 4 billion. So knowing when to quit is important, because if I didn't quit, if I just kept like working on that thing over and over and over and over and over again, and like, because I was like, oh, I've started this project, like I cannot give up. I've spent 1 full year on this. I don't know if I would have been able to even take on Seller when the idea came to me. So as a student and as a young person, really, you would have ideas, you'd have really great ideas, you'd work on things, it's gonna be fun, it's gonna be cute. I try not to let sunken costs like hold you back, because one thing is sure, you would always have beautiful ideas. But you know what would suck? What would suck is you not, oh my God, time has gone. Sorry. What would suck is you not having the time to do it because you're just focused working on rubbish. So that's the first thing I wanted to talk about. But again, look at the next thing I want to say is take it very seriously. And again, I'm going to pull from my experience in Seller. I'm going to pull from my experience in the school project. I'm also going to pull from my experience at my jobs. There is no boss I've had. There's no job I've actually had. And I was working at Seller from 2016. Sorry, I was working full-time from 2016 to 2021. And there is no boss of mine that you will call and ask that. There's no boss of mine that you will call and ask that would tell you that I wasn't like most hardworking employee that they had. So this is for your job. This is for your product. Take it as seriously as possible. I was speaking to some of my friends that I was working with on Seller in 2016, and they were like, girl, you just always had so much energy. And I can't lie, I actually did. I've always just been an intense person, but it really pays off. Because, oh my God, I also had another point. Actually, I just remembered another point, and I'm gonna tell you what that point is next. Just because this work that you're trying to do, building anything, takes a lot of time, a lot of work, and it's very, very important that you point as much as you can. Don't half-ass it. Don't half-ass it. Give it your all. Give anything that you're doing your all. Whether it's a job, And even if it's like there was an event I had where I even talked about the fact that like, and just because all of you are like students and you're going to start getting jobs soon, it's like, even give your job your all, because when you leave a job, the only thing that you get out of it is the skills that you have, is the hard work that you put in it, all the time, all that commitment, everything. So trust me, give your job your all, give your product your all, give your business your all. Don't half-ass it, because there's a lot of work to do and someone has to do it. The next thing, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. I know that I'm out of time. So the next thing I want to say is to be very delusional. I can't lie, I'm a delusional girl with like with like, I like to like still play coy or like, but be as delusional, because believe that whatever you're working on, believe that whatever you're building is going to be the best thing ever. Because most of the time, it's only that delusion that is going to power you through the days when it's not working out, the days when nobody's using the product, the days where shit is just going south, because there will be those days. I talk about the fact that like, I'm enjoying working right now, but I can't lie, I woke up depressed 2 weeks, like last week Tuesday, because I think I just woke up to like some stupid issue coming up. And it's like, there will be those days, but be delusional about, because I talk about all of this because these are the things that you're going to need as you start building something. Just be delusional that this is going to work out. I mean, trust and believe that it's going to work out, and it's that delusion that should also power you to work very hard on it, because startup work it's not easy. I would really like to say that like, oh my god, it's easy, it's cute, it's fun. So the thing is, I think one of the things that kept me working on Seller from 2016 to 2020, I can't lie, it was because all I was doing was writing code and talking to customers. And I love writing code. I love building products. I love thinking about. So it's, of course, people will tell you to do what you love. And the reason they say do what you love is because that's most of the thing that's going to power you through. So of course, try not to build a product that you probably don't care about. But enjoy what you're doing. Interestingly, I don't think that's rocket science. The last and final thing is, and it really just ties to what I have been saying so far. The last and final thing is, one of the things people fail to do is they don't know what is required of them when they're building a business. So they might have an idea of like a product. And they know that this product is good. But then it's like, they don't know all that it takes to go from 0 to 1. And that's a very wide thing to talk about, just because that can come from you can think of that point from a product perspective, in terms of like, I have an idea to make renting easy for like students. Okay, do you understand why renting is hard for students now? Do you understand how students find apartments? You need to understand what is required of you. You need to understand what your product is about, because having an idea is not enough. Understanding the problem you're trying to solve, understanding the people that are involved in this problem, understanding everything is very critical. And then also you think about like understanding what is now required of you when the product is ready, when the product exists, is also now very, very important, because there are so many parts of running a business. And I mean, this is why people have co-founders, because you cannot do everything. You want to get some people that can do some other things, but it's also not important that the people that you get understand what is required of them to move from 0 to 1, because you can't work hard on a problem if you don't know what you're doing. And that's why sometimes people spend a lot of time working hard on something for a really long time, and they almost have nothing to show for it, or they have no results, just because they're working on things, but not things that people wanted, or not things that really, really mattered. I know these are very high level, vague concepts, but and they might not make sense to you today, but when you're building something, hopefully it will make sense to you. Just try to remember these things. So just to recap, because we're really out of time now. The first thing is know when to quit. Number 2 is take it very seriously. I'm gonna add in number 3 on the fly, which is be delusional about the product. And I guess maybe know when to quit, be delusional, and then take it very seriously, just because there's a lot of work to do, and take it like this will be the next like Microsoft. I'm not even like, and for me, I'm not very like, oh my God, I want to be a billionaire kind of person. But I know that I want the kind of, I know that I started building this product with the mindset of like, I want this to be used by so many people. I want this to actually change the way people do stuff. And that was my goal for this. Um, and then the last thing, so it's like, understand what is needed for you to do. Oh my God, and there was actually a point that I forgot, which is be scrappy. The be scrappy point is, as a student, except your father is like very rich, or your actually your parents are very rich, or your uncle is very rich. You will not have all the resources to do all the things that you want to do or to implement all the strategies that you want to implement. But what you will always have is ways to improvise. And I mean, that's also and that's really where good understanding of, because when you understand what needs to be done and you understand what is like what you're trying to achieve, you don't need to go the always conventional routes that might be expensive or that you might not be able to do. You can now think, what other way can I achieve this thing that is like not that will get me to the result that I want? So the last thing is be scrappy. Move as many needles as you can, ask for as many favors from friends as you can, beg as many people as you can, send as many cold DMs as you can, because you really never know who would reply you. Yeah, I hope this has been helpful. Trying to keep this really short, short and cute. Do you guys have any questions?
Okay, thank you so much, Douglas. Guys, we have questions because I mean, Douglas already said the Lulu is the Solulu. If there's nothing I'm taking out of this, that is what I will take out. Yeah, so guys,
If you're gonna
we
be
have
delusional, please do
questions.
work a lot. Work a lot if you're gonna be delusional. Don't be delusional
Okay.
or lazy. But yes, but that's really good. Do you guys have any
Yeah.
questions? I hope a lot didn't fly over your heads, please. I'm really sorry. I know that this is very, I don't know if it was too technical or too high level. But I hope this speaks to somebody and you guys get something out of this if you're building anything cool. Do you guys have any questions? Sorry, I
Okay.
think in most cases I'm taking
The,
advantage of
the question
everybody
is
else
that
putting in.
on the chat.
I would like to answer this question, John. So I try to improvise while navigating around the product I'm building, but in many cases I'm taking advantage of and it downplayed the efforts I'm putting and somewhat reduces my productivity. How do I navigate this challenge? I'm very curious. I would need you to please give me an example. Do you mind speaking? I need you to give me an example because I don't want to give you an answer that is really unrelated to the actual problem.
Good evening, sir. So, I'm actually trying to build a product, and it's basically about basically about helping people to innovating people, right? It's a kind of a logistic company that deals with just mainly innovating offices and apartments. But on the long run, because I'm not because my idea is relies solely on providing a vehicle. So I could not get a vehicle. So I have to like improvise by renting out vehicles from other drivers that have vehicles, and then they don't want to like give their vehicles to us, obviously because I have guys that can drive and all that, but they don't want to give their vehicles, so I have to like get the vehicles and also pay the driver too. So that's like costing more than what I'm actually like putting into it, and it's kind of like reducing my productivity and all that. So I'm asking, how do I actually navigate this challenge and all that?
That's a really tough one because um that's a really tough one just because I think the very specific problem you're having is that like cars are very expensive in Lagos, and I don't think that cars are very expensive in Lagos. And and I don't know how you can walk around a car if not by getting a car. Um, the the only thing that I would recommend is, in this case, all I can think of is a family friend. A family friend that has a car might be kinder to you. But to be honest, I'm guessing you're very young. They'll be like, "What do you want to do with my car?" Yada yada yada. And if it's not someone, and if it's someone that values their car like sliced bread, it's like that might not really work. I can't lie. The problem that you are having is a very very peculiar problem. It's a money and it's also an expensive problem. Um, I don't know. Like the best, then the other way would probably be to get car owners and maybe share commission with them. Um, that would probably be the only alternative. But logistics is also just a very expensive business, whether you like it or not. It's not a logistics is not a cheap business in any way. So that's all I can say about that. Does anyone have any other question?
Yes, I do, sir.
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, sir, this is based on the final notes and short notes, like short points you mentioned. You were talking about how one has to do what they love, and you cited an example of how you love to create products like people can use and how like provide solutions to certain problems.
Yes.
What about an individual that precisely doesn't even have what they love? Like they want to do everything and anything. Of course, that seems a bit cloudy, but how would you advise one to navigate that?
Hmm. So I mean, if you love any, so you love everything?
Like I can't even find something I love in the sense I feel like I can just do anything if I focus my mind on it. So there is no, it's not like there is a passion like attached to what I feel like I'm doing. I don't feel like I can do it if I focus on it. But that way there is no passion aligned to it. So I feel like I might not do so well
That
in it. So there's that doubt too
that
as
is a
well.
that is a very very I no 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 actually, interestingly, I don't think you are that alone in that problem. I don't know if this will come off as like bad, but I don't think I cared about the creator economy when I started working on this product. I learned how to write code. Um, and I enjoyed, and I knew I could, and I actually I enjoyed writing code, but I learned how to write code because I wanted to learn how to write code, and that was just one of the many things I put my mind to, and in putting my mind to it, so you actually would know yourself more in doing rather than thinking. I think maybe I should start with that. So you get more self discovery in terms of like things that you like to do. You don't know, so it's like people don't like think on their own. They're like, oh, I like I like to play football. No, you play football and then you see if you like it, and then you know, then you play basketball and then you play the other things, and then you're like, this is the one I like. This is the one I will. This is the one that maybe I'm drawn to the most. So I would say just do things, and I think that mindset of like anything I put my mind to, I'm good, I can do it and I'm good at it. Very perfect. Because indeed, actually, you can. And I think that's even like that is something that I think you should really believe. Like you should try not to forget. So now with that mindset, just go and do things. I don't know if that is a helpful answer. But just do things, and as you do things, you will figure out like what it is that, and you can also just do things like I think there are things that I do just because they come easy to me, not because I love them. They come easy to me. So why not? Like I feel like literally product thinking I think comes easy to me. And I love doing things that are easy for me. So yeah, so I think if you're really torn with a lot of things to do, just start doing things, try out a bunch of things, and in that trying out you see like which sits for you, which makes sense for you. I don't know if that's helpful, but consider that. But you're not going to figure it out by just like not doing anything and all. You're going to just do things, try out all the many things that you know that you can achieve, and maybe even as you start, you're like, this is looking cool. This is not looking cool. This I don't think I care for. And interestingly, I guess maybe the other point I will just mention is you see how you say that like um you know that you can do anything um like if you put your mind to it. I think I know that, And then surprisingly, there are things that and I think sometimes the way I decide what I would like to maybe focus on and what I would like to not focus on is, if something that I think I like is not working out so much, I would just pack it. Because sometimes I think there are things that we probably want to do and it's just not working. Pack it and just do something else. You'd be very surprised how much that could help with your ability to produce results and productivity. Go ahead, please. I'm sorry. Favor, is that a good Favor? Was that a helpful answer? I don't I,
Yes, it
I don't know
was.
if that was
Thank you so much.
I
okay.
hope
Yeah.
that answered your question, Timo. Thank
Sorry,
you
I hope
so
that's
much,
your question.
guys. Yeah. If you have any other question, please just drop it under the chat box. We'll get back to you on it. Please, because we are fast spent on time,
Just one.
and
Can I just hear Alpha's question because he raised his hand and I really just I want to give him a chance to ask his
all
question.
right, all right, you.
Alpha, is this a quick one? Alpha, you're
Oh,
muted. I
sorry,
don't
that
know if
was a
you're speaking.
mistake. It was a mistake.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank God. Okay, so all right, take it.
Good. Yeah, thank you so much, Douglas. It was amazing having you on this session. Yeah, truly, truly.
Thanks for having me. Do have a lovely time. Do have a good weekend, everyone. And stay for Adam's special announcements. I would okay, you know what? Maybe I'll stay for it too. Maybe I want to see.
All right. So moving forward, guys. Where's my emojis? Please. Let's not fight this evening. Thank you very much. Exactly. I'm sorry. So moving forward. It's okay, it's okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. So guys, moving forward we'll have the next session and it will be taken by our CTO, Paul Adams. I have read his bio before, so with resounding emojis again, let's bring up Paul for the second time. And I mean, this is the part where we share the secret to being hiding from the very beginning. So if you know a friend that is not yet on the call, or a friend that already left the call, enter their DM now and tell them to come back because we have goodies for you already. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Douglas, for the insightful session. So, I'm just going to share my screen to explain this. I believe the community would also share um everything around this. So I'll pull up my screen now. So I'm doing that now. Yes. So right now, the special announcement is we're launching with a campaign or a chance for each participant to win a sum of 100,000 naira. And how we are doing that is very easy. Just log on to Nova directly from the website. You can already click on the banner, but even if you decide to log in, when you log in as well, you would see it pop up. You can already click on it. Now, once you click on it, you'll be taken to this special campaign page where right now, though we would increase the closing time, sorry about that, but right now already you can go ahead and join this particular campaign. So the link will be shared on the communities. The link will also be sent to your emails, so you can already be a part of this exciting contest. So all you need to do, so there's a leaderboard, but all you need to do is just to click on this button to join the contest. And then once you join, you receive an email. So it's say you're now a star, kindly check your email for the next step. So all you need to do is that you will get an email like this, something like this, that look like this. You're welcome to the launch context. It will give you a coupon code, and all you need to do is just to share this coupon code with your friends to use it when they use Writing Over, and you would you would automatically rank based on like the usage. Just once people keep using your coupon code, you would get ranked on this particular page. So you'll be able to see the ranking. You'll be able to see who is currently leading and who isn't. So and then the plan is to give out a grand prize of 100,000 naira at the end of the contest. So more information around this will be shared on the community. Yes, so you guys get the chance to join first, because later on we would restrict people from joining. So yes, Amide, you can take it over. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you so much for. Oh my God. Imagine it's not like you're giving out free money. More like I don't really need to do a lot of work, but I'm going to go and do the work. You get. So if you're not excited for this, I feel like I want like two persons to like talk and be like, oh my God, I'm so excited for this. Oh my God, thank you, Writing Over. If you're not gonna do that, nothing for you people. I promise you. Everybody is laughing actually. I just need one person that's going to say, oh my God, thank you so much, Writing Over. Thank you so much. If you don't do it, nothing for you people.
Oh
Well,
my God, thank you, Writing Over. Oh my God, I'm so grateful for this opportunity.
thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. Listen. Yes, that's the game. Like you guys on this call, nothing for you people. I promise you. Especially from where I hope from where is already out. Or is it in? Nothing for everybody. But yeah, something for my girls, yeah. Because I'm a girl's girl. Yeah. Okay. Miracle, you're saying why did you not say, oh my God, thank you so much, Writing Over? With the way everything is easy to drop 100K. But that's fine. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for joining in. But before we go, is there anyone that is not on the community, like kind of like CH band? If you're not on Writing Over community, oh, I believe everybody is on the community. Okay, you're not on the community. Okay, we'll drop the link to join the community on the chat. Yes, that's the WhatsApp group. Yes, the WhatsApp group. I hope you're on the WhatsApp group, Miracle. Because for people that want my giveaway too, that's where you would reach out to me. My name on the group is Amide. So you just enter my DM. My DM is open. I think we just have one person that's not on the community. Regardless, I'll be sharing the link of the community shortly. I'm coming. So if you're not yet on the community, the link to join the WhatsApp group or Writing Over is already on the chat box. So if you want my giveaway to get more insight on how to go about the contest, to use Writing Over and a lot of other information to get, please do well to join Writing Over's community. You can send to your friends because it's a very big thing. So yes, thank you guys. Thank you guys for actually coming out because you guys did not come out, but then this hat is not expensive. So thank you guys for staying till the end. It was wonderful doing this with you guys. I mean, with the show of emojis and all of that. It was amazing doing this with you guys. My name remains Amide, today, and it was wonderful being your moderator for the leverage building a global student resume. And this is where I sign out. Bye, guys.